go to Matt.
I guess we've asked some of the guys you've played with about being sort of one of the senior voices in that special teams room in the past, and you've talked about, whether it's Sean or, Chuck or anybody just looking up to some of the older guys. Now you're one of those guys. What's different for you, maybe trying to fill that leadership role in the same way that you saw those guys do it in the recent past?
I think the biggest thing is just being more vocal. I've always tried to do the right thing and lead by example, and like how I conduct myself as far as my preparation and what I do at practice and trying to stay busy. But just being more vocal and being supportive of the young guys and showing them the right way to do things. So.
We'll go Matt in the second row on your right, and then Mike.
Hey, James, I remember when you first got here, the coaches talk about you were so new to college football that you would take your helmet off when you were still on the field, stuff like that. Just talk about how much growth you've made from that first year till now, and just how much, I guess, slower the game is for you and how much more you're knowledgeable you are about college football.
I think definitely. I think my first year, everything kind of was just so new to me. And with having good guys around me, good coaches around me, and just experience in games and practice, I think I just grew mentally. I don't think there's like a tremendous difference as far as my physical ability from year 1 to year 4, but I think mentally, as far as my preparation, my routine, and the kind of confidence that I bring to every game, it's definitely evolved positively. So.
We'll stay on your right with Mike, and then Owen.
Yeah, what's the transition like to the new staff? Have they done anything differently with special teams or your approach, and kind of how has that transition been?
It's been really good. Schematically, for me, slight change, but more or less the kick types are the same, so it hasn't been too, I guess, great of a difference. But yeah, I've really liked working with Coach Kane so far. In December, I guess, when he was appointed to special teams coordinator, I reached out to a few of his older, I guess, specialists he had in the past, and they all spoke very fondly of him, and so yeah, it's been a great experience so far.
You did that research on your own, you're saying?
Yeah, I reached out to some people.
And what'd you learn about it?
I went, one, they all spoke very highly of him as a person, he was a genuinely good guy. As far as his coaching style, I kind of like that he respects my technique and the coaching that I've had, and he'll ask me if something was to go wrong, the opponent will ask me what went wrong, but he won't try to overcorrect things, So he'll be very, I guess, open to communication and willing to listen. So that's been really good.
Owen in the front, and then Todd.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, last year you told us kind of during the spring, fall area, you were staying after practice, getting extra reps in with potential returners. You're still getting that extra work in.
Yeah.
And anyone particularly helping you out?
I guess over the summer we have a group chat with the returners, so I'll text them when we're going out and punting. So Miles, Keyshawn, Solomon, they've all been getting a lot of reps. They're all looking comfortable back there. So yeah, I think those three right now are the guys they're primarily working with, and I think all three of those guys have gotten game experience in the past, and they're confident and comfortable back there. So yeah.
On your left to Todd, and then Jack.
Tell me about the relationship with your long snappers, Mark and Jackson, at this point. How's that going through?
That's been good. So Jackson was here last season. Mark got here in January. So we've been lucky to, I guess, have a full off season working with them. Field goal, snap, hold, kick, punt, snap, kick. So yeah, it's been really good. They're both good dudes. They both work really hard, and they both care a lot. So it's made my life easier.
We'll go Jack and Seth.
Yeah, I guess just going into your final season, is there anything you're sort of challenging yourself to do, or you want to specifically improve on?
Yeah. I guess the biggest thing last year was probably my pin deep punting, which became a little difficult. I got hurt, I had an injury in the third week of the season, so I didn't really have true guys in my range. I guess it'd be knowing your distances with your golf clubs, my pitching which goes 130 yards, whatever. So knowing that. So being pretty locked in on that and being able to pin teams deep inside the 5, the 10, that's probably the main thing. And then in the open field, probably directionally, especially right, I have a tendency to drop the ball inside, kicking right. So working on dropping it on my hip, just outside my hip, and hitting a clean ball that turns over left or right.
Go Seth and Pete.
Yeah, you talked about just how much more comfortable you've gotten through the years, having never really played football before coming here. I mean, if somebody told you coming into, you know, your career at IU that, you know, after not really playing much, that you'd be this guy on like watch lists, I mean, just, you know, what would you have thought back then, and, you know, how did you get to this point?
It's been a pretty surreal journey. I'd say just realizing how much work it would take to kind of get here. And like, I guess the biggest thing for me is probably just setting goals and having measurable things that I want to attain, and then working and setting a plan and a routine to achieve them. So yeah, I guess early on with, you know, how new everything was, you know, you're just trying to like get by almost, but, you know, as I kind of grew physically and mentally and became more comfortable and confident, you know, just keep pushing through.
Go Pete, second row on your left.
Yeah, the fact that you're on the Gray Guy list, how special is that? And again, that kind of reflects on your development and growth from being a freshman to now.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a preseason watch list though, so like, it doesn't really mean anything. It'd be nice to win it, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's nice to be, anytime you get any kind of recognition and, you know, you're listed among like the top guys in college football, it's pretty cool, but, you know, now I guess I got to go out there and prove that I'm worthy of it, so, yeah.
Go to Matt, second row on your right.
A lot of guys from where you came from, Pro Kick, obviously great college success, and a number of them have gone on to the next level. I'm assuming that's something you're thinking about. And do you have a relationship with any of those guys up at that level about what it's like and what you have to do to get up there?
So I trained with Torrey Taylor, played football at Iowa, just got drafted. So I haven't really spoken to him. I know his life's probably, you know, full go right now in training camp, but I was lucky enough to train with him. You know, that is a goal of mine. Obviously this year it means a lot. Being able to put good things on tape to kind of solidify a case to get there, but you know, I've also had the opportunity to train with guys that play in the NFL in the past, and it's kind of nice to pick their brain, and then also using that as kind of like a measuring stick for like where I need to get to if I want to play at that level. So
Awesome. Thanks, James.
all right, thank you guys.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.